make a caramel pie. Now this is not the caramel pie that you're probably imagining or visualizing. It's not the caramel with the meringue and all that on it. This is different. It's really good. My grandmother made it and my mother made it, and I was going through recipe books recently looking at my recipes, and I had this handwritten recipe that my mother's in my mother's handwriting. And so my grandmother, she loved these. They're caramel pies. It makes 2. And so I've started with 50 of the caramels. It's going to take a bag and not quite a half. I wondered if the little caramel bits would do, but I was afraid to try them. But anyway, it's 50 caramels. And so you take that and you put 1/4 cup of water and you put it in your microwave. I did it for 1.5 minutes to begin with, stirred it, did another 60 seconds, stirred it, and after that last 60 seconds, it was creamy. Now I'm letting it cool off some, and it's getting thicker as it cools. Now, don't just stick it in there for 3.5 minutes and let it go. You need to do it in intervals too, because your microwave may cook different. But anyway, while that was getting ready, I've taken 16 ounces of whipped topping and 1 cup of sour cream. And I've mixed that together in the bowl. Now, I've got you need 2 graham cracker pie crust. This is just the little 9-inch, okay? And while this is cooling, I have to tell you, funny, because the older my grandmother got, her sight wasn't that good. And so, of course, you know, you have to peel all of these, and that's the most time-consuming thing. But sometimes her eyesight didn't allow her to see that. And it wasn't unusual on those last pies that she made, that you might get a little piece of that plastic in your pie, but that was okay. That's not as funny as she made Randy a lemon icebox pie and the preacher one time, and she would use these pie crusts and she put the meringue and all that. And we go to cut it and we can't cut it because Ma Belle didn't realize that the plastic had gotten, the piece of paper was out of there, but the plastic lid had got turned in here, and so anyway, we couldn't cut the pie. So we've had to laugh about that. You know, that's just some wonderful memories. Okay, so I think this is going to be cool enough, and so I'm going to begin adding this to it as I stir it, and then we'll come back and we're going to scrape the bowl out, and then we'll put this over in our pie crust. And then they will sit overnight. Ma always set hers overnight, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's been a long time since I've made these, but anyway, let's get the rest of this out of here. And I've got to learn to make the old-fashioned with the meringue. I know a lot of people make wonderful caramel pies, but nobody made one like my mother. My family, church family, would all say that. You know, some people's caramel pies, they have a little bit of a caramel flavor, but it's more a sugar flavor. And Mama's always had. And I tried making them, and she told me, she said, now Deb, you got to have both hands going when you make them, because you got to be cooking your one thing and you got to be browning your sugar. And of course I thought, yeah, right. Well, it took me about 2 times of scorching my sugar that I realized that Mama knew exactly what she was talking about. But I have determined that I'm going to master, I hope, it won't ever be as good as Mama's, but that I am going to be able to make a caramel pie, because I have that recipe of hers in her writing too. And so we'll just see. That was my, she always knew that the caramel and the pecan were my sister and our favorite. And so she would always make sure that she had those. My brothers had other favorites. She would always make several different flavors of pies for the holidays to make sure that we all got what we wanted. And then when we would get ready to clean up, everybody got to take whatever pie was their favorite. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I hope I've got it stirred up well. Okay, it's a light colored pie, see? And so we're gonna just put it over in the 2 graham cracker crust. I see I got some on the bottom that's not stirred up really well. But we're just gonna go, it makes 2 full pies, you'll see that. I'm gonna have to get my spatula. I'm not gonna hold y'all for that. I'm just gonna get the rest of this goodness out of this bowl, but I'll just kind of show you what they're gonna look like. Now, you could come back on top and put a Cool Whip, the whipped topping if you wanted some more whipped topping. We never did. It's rich. We always ate it just like this. But you could come back if you wanted to put the whipped topping on it. Get you some of the little caramel bits that you can get now, and sprinkle some of those on top of your whipped topping, and it would look really pretty. So that's what they look like, and I'll come back and let y'all see what a piece slices out to look like. Very easy, and the sour cream is going to give it just a little bit of a different tang that you're not going to normally have. So I hope that you'll give this a try. I hope that you'll keep faith in your heart, peace in your home, and good food on your table. I love you, and God bless. Hey, I wanted you to see the caramel pie, and I've already had to have a bite of it. I'm sorry. That may not be the best thing, but this is it. Y'all, it is so good. Now, when I say caramel pie, we automatically think the dark caramel custard and the meringue, but this, you can taste the caramel, you can taste a little bit of the tang of the sour cream, and then that whipped topping just brings it in and just makes it so creamy. This is made 2 of them. Now, this recipe can easily be halved and just make 1 pie if that's what you want. For me, I need 2 to feed my family of 10. And my grandmother, some Sundays, she would be feeding 40 people if she had the preacher and everybody over. So she was gonna always make 2 usually of every pie, whatever she made. So I hope it's one that you'll try. I hope that you'll keep faith in your heart, peace in your home, and good food on your table. I love you, and God bless.